Real quick, before we continue with the episode, I want to let you know that if you're a creative person who wants to share your creative gift or whatever you're passionate about with other people and create an online community, a podcast is an amazing way to do it. And you can start a podcast today with Anchor by Spotify. It's such an easy way to make a podcast. Trust me. I'm not a tech person and I did it. So if I can do it, honey, you can too, okay? Anchor has tools to allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. And you can host on Anchor and it will distribute your podcast to platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. So you don't have to worry about, uploading your podcast to all these different sites. And it's everything that you need to make a podcast in one place. And it's 100% free. So there you go. Let's go. Start your podcast, create your online community, download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. All right, without further ado, let's continue. Welcome to the Creatively by Estelle podcast. I'm your host, Estella Berry, and I'm so glad that you're here. This show is all about being creative and pursuing your creative passions while you're in medical school or a professional program or grad program of any kind. Okay, you are welcome here. So let's start creating and let's get into this episode. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Creatively by Estelle. I'm so happy you're here. As per usual, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for coming back. Today's episode is going to be, what am I talking about? Okay. For today's episode, we're going to chat real quick about, I'm going to give you, okay, cut. For today's episode, I'm going to give you 5 easy things that you can do today to be more creative. And I wanted to share this because I know sometimes it's like, okay, we keep talking about these creative pursuits, being artsy, being creative, but like, I don't even know how, I don't feel creative today, or like, I don't know what to start creating. I don't know where to start, right? And so I've made an episode a couple episodes back. There was an episode about being creative and basically like, how do you find your creative outlet? Right? How do you find a creative outlet as a student? I believe that was our 3rd episode. So you can scroll back to that episode and listen if you like. And I gave some steps to finding that creative outlet. But so for today, I'm going to just give like 5 very simple things that you can do right now, today, to just start getting you feeling more creative, to start getting you to feel inspired, to feel like, okay, I want to do something, like I want to create something, I want to make something, I'm feeling inspired, I'm feeling excited. And I just want to give you the definition for creative according to Merriam-Webster. The definition for creative, like adjective, the adjective creative is, so like say like a creative person, right? They are marked by the ability to or power to create. They're given to creating. So you have a creative impulse, you have a creative desire, right? You're marked by the ability or power to create. Another definition is having the quality of something created rather than imitated or imaginative, right? So that's another synonym for creative, right? You're imaginative. You're able to come up with something that's new, something different, right? And then another definition is managed so as to get around legal or conventional limits. Just throwing that in there for fun. Yeah, usually in a deceptive way. So let's not do creative accounting. Okay. That's not the kind of creative we're trying to be. Okay. We're trying to be creative as in a way that is creating something new, something beautiful, something empowering, something inspiring, something that we can use as a way to just, relax, rest, enjoy time outside of our usual studying, our usual school, our usual classes, lectures, notes, etc., etc. So that's what your creative outlet is. And I'm going to give you 5 things you can do today to be more creative. Okay? So let's jump in. So the first thing that you can do literally right now, today, to be more creative and to feel more creative is to journal. And I know I talk about this all the time. I talked about this in the third episode where I gave you the tips to like finding your own specific creative outlet. I talk about journaling there. I'll probably talk about it at some point in the future because I love journaling. It's helped me so much in so many ways. And it definitely is so helpful when you're trying to be more creative, when you're trying to get that creative mindset flowing, you're trying to feel more inspired. If you've ever heard of the artist way, that's kind of part of like um it's kind of part of like basically feeling more creative, right? Is that journaling aspect of the artist way. It's a book, and also kind of like a mindset or like a lifestyle, I guess, book basically where Julie, I think her name is Julia Cameron, describes how to kind of get more in touch with being an artist by doing a daily practice. It basically is like a daily practice of like writing out morning pages where you basically just like, I haven't read it, I haven't done it fully, but I have like looked into it, and like the idea behind it is really interesting. So basically you're kind of like journaling in order to like open up parts of yourself that maybe you didn't know, but you didn't know that you had, but like you subconsciously had these passions or interests or desires, or like had this like creativity that just kind of needed to be unlocked. And so journaling helps you unlock these parts of yourself, this creative mind, this imaginative mind that maybe you're not super conscious of, but it's in your subconscious. So basically journaling has so many benefits. It's calming, it's freeing. You're able to just say what you want. You're able to get things out on paper in front of you in a clear way. Maybe not straightforward and clear, but clear to you. Like you can see your thoughts right in front of you, and then you're able to see, okay, what can we do about this? And specifically when it comes to being creative, when you start journaling, when you start expressing yourself through writing, or maybe you even start sketching in your journal or whatever, you start expressing yourself, putting pen to paper, you're able to then like unlock this part of yourself that maybe you've been too busy and distracted with life and whatnot to see, right? Sometimes you just have to slow down. And that's what journaling helps you do. It helps you just slow down and get it all out there in front of you. And so that really helps when you're trying to be more creative, to just journal, to start writing, and to express yourself in that way. And it's something that everyone can do. You don't have to have a fancy journal. You can literally just have a piece of paper. If you do want to journal, I do have journals on my website, on my Etsy shop. They're Creatively by Estelle journals, and they have these cute, like kind of creative quotes on them, just inspiring you to be creative. And yeah, I love journaling so much. I literally made some journals, so you can feel free to check that out. The link is in the show notes. But yeah, journaling is my first thing, super easy thing that you can do right now to be more creative and to help you feel more creative right now. Okay, so number 2, the second thing you can do is to change your environment. This is something you can do today, right now. Even listening to this podcast, you can go outside, you can go on a walk, you can switch rooms, maybe go sit in a different room than you're used to sitting in. And you can do this at any point of the day, even when you're studying. Like this helps a lot when I'm studying sometimes, and I'm like, I feel like I'm in a rut, or I'm feeling like I'm not focusing as much. Like sometimes just changing the environment helps. But specifically when it comes to trying to be more creative, just like go somewhere else, go somewhere that you haven't been before, visit somewhere, just go outside, change your environment, do something that you haven't done before location wise. So maybe you decide to go on a walk, and you walk to a different place than you've been before, and you just sit there for a little bit, and you just breathe, and you're just still, and you're just maybe you're praying, or you're talking to God, or you're journaling. You can journal there. You can combine the two, right? So changing your environment really helps, because then your brain is literally like you're in a different place, you're in a different setting. Your right brain is responsible for the right side of your brain. is responsible for like spatial awareness. So that could also help with and it's also responsible for like creativity, musicality, things like that. So I don't know. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I'm not a doctor yet. I'll tell you later when I figure it out. But I just know that changing your environment does like open it, like broadens your mindset. It broadens your like your mind, like you're able to kind of see beyond what you're used to seeing, and you never know what you see in your new environment can inspire you. It can inspire something, can remind you of something, could remind you of a memory or something, and then you're like, oh, I want to do this, I want to make this, I want to sing about this, it reminds me of this song, oh, this reminds me of this place that I used to love. Oh, I want to paint this, or I love this scene. I want to draw it. I want to sketch it out. I want to take a picture of it. I want to take a photo of it, or whatever it is that you do creatively. Like you never know how that environment will help inspire you. All right. So the third thing that you want to do, third easy thing you can do today to be more creative is to get around creative people, right? So the company that you keep, right? That's going to be super important, right? The Bible says bad company corrupts good character. So same thing goes for good company. It's going to help you have, or not, no, the opposite goes for good company, right? The good company is going to uplift good character, right? So you're going to be around people who are creative, the people that inspire you, right? That's what you're going to be able to, you're going to be able to feed off of that inspiration, off of that energy as well. And so you can do this with, just being around friends who are creative. Go hang out with one of your friends who knows super creative, and maybe talk about some ideas, some things that you'd like to do together. Like, I don't know, it could be anything, right? So that's one option. You can also, listen to a podcast that inspires you. Listen to Creatively by Estelle, right? To inspire you to be more creative, or listen to any other podcast that inspires you, that makes you feel more creative, that maybe that discusses a topic that you're interested in. If you're interested in watercolor, like painting, listen to a podcast that's about painting, about different type styles of painting, right? If you're interested in styling, fashion, right? You can listen to a podcast about fashion history, and maybe that'll inspire you, right? So yeah, tons of podcasts out there that you can listen to, right? You can also watch the YouTube videos, YouTube creators that you follow that inspire you, that you love, intentionally, like setting an intention, like, oh, okay, I'm going to watch this and I know that this is going to inspire me and I'm going to be encouraged to like do something creative, right? And you can do the same with TikTok, Instagram, like any creators that you follow that you love, that inspire you, going and being around those creative people, you're going to feel more creative, right? And of course, be intentional, don't just spend all your time scrolling through Instagram saying that you're trying to get creative, but, be intentional about the people that are around you, the people whose voices you let into your mind and into your space. And hopefully, if you're around those creative people for a bit, you'll be able to be inspired to then go and do your creative passion. All right. And the fourth thing is make something new, right? So number 4, make something new. This is something you can do right now. Just make something new. It doesn't have to be like, maybe your creative outlet is that you love to play guitar. Like you don't have to go write a song right now on the guitar if you're feeling maybe a little bit burnt out, or you're feeling a little bit like you just don't really feel it. You just don't know what to do, right? Okay, so maybe you don't have to go work on the chords right now, but you can write a poem, right? Do something new. Write a poem. Maybe you've never written a poem before. Maybe you're used to writing songs specifically for the guitar, right? But an alternative is, okay, I'm going to write a poem. Like I'm just going to try something new, something that I've never done before. It could be cooking. Go cook a new meal that you've never tried before. Go draw something that you've never drawn before, right? Maybe you're a writer, right? You like to describe things with words, maybe try describing things with lines and shapes and color, and try drawing out for size, and maybe that'll inspire you to then write about something, right? Write a song. If maybe you're a writer, you've never written a song, you've never written anything to be set to music, but maybe to kind of switch things up for you, instead of trying to sit down and work on your novel or work on a poem, think about writing something that you could see being a song. And maybe that'll help you kind of feel more creative and more imaginative when it comes to what you want to do writing wise. Take a picture, make a video, all sorts of things that you can do. Just try something new, make something new that you've never made before. And that will just like forcing yourself to do that, knowing that it's not going to be perfect, it's not going to be great because you've never done it before. And it's not even something that you love doing, but you just want to do it because it's new and it's different and you want to try it. Yes, go for it. And that'll help inspire you in what you actually do want to do and what you do want to make. And then the last thing, number 5, the last thing that you can do today, right now, to be more creative is to play, to do something enjoyable. Just do something fun. Just have fun, right? Just do something that you love. There are so many studies and articles about how play affects children developing, and also for adults too. Like, it doesn't matter what age, play inspires your imagination. It helps you think outside of yourself, outside of what you're used to, outside of the norm. And it enhances the creative process, right? And the Journal of Play talks about this in one of their articles. There's a Journal of Play article titled Pretend Play and Creative Process, where basically the authors are talking about how playing opens your mind. It helps you to then express yourself in different ways. You're using different parts of your brain, right? And that just helps you become more creative. You're able to, think about different mental images. You're able to use your imagination in different ways, recall memories, things like that. And that helps you then be more creative, right? So just playing. So that can look like, going and hanging out with your friends, doing something fun with your friends, going to, I'm in the Caribbean, so I'd be like, go to the beach, right? I'm in Barbados, so I would go to the beach and have fun on the beach, swim in the water with my friends, right? Get some food, whatever it is for you. I mean, that's not necessarily being like imaginative or whatever, but just doing something that maybe you don't do every day, something that's out of the ordinary for you, doing something fun, something that'll make you laugh, something that'll make you feel excited, feel happy, like you're enjoying yourself. And that will hopefully help you feel more creative as well. So those are my 5 easy things you can do literally right now if you're in a creative rut, or if you have been just like studying and studying. I, for one, I'm on a break right now, and I'm getting creative. I'm doing things for fun. I'm trying to change my environment instead of just staying at home all day. I'm trying to do fun things that I enjoy as well, now that I'm not studying all the time. So whatever it is, maybe you are also on break, or maybe you're just getting started again in your new semester and you're already feeling tired, you're already feeling exhausted, and you know that you need just like a little bit of a break, like a couple hours, and you're just like, you want to work on your creative craft, you want to work on that art project that you started, on that passion that you have, but you're just feeling so tired, like you literally don't have the strength to start on it. I get it. I really do get it. So maybe go outside, take a walk. Take number 2, right? Change your environment. That was number 2. Number 1 was journal, right? So just to go through all these tips that I have. Number 1, journal. Number 2, change your environment. Number 3, get around creative people. Number 4, make something new. And number 5, play. Do something enjoyable and fun. And hopefully these are 5 super easy things that you can do right now to get more creative. And I hope that these help you get out of any creative rut that you might be in, or just help you to maybe discover what it is that you love to do for fun creatively. And yeah, I hope this helps. Thank you so much for listening. All right, bye. Thanks again for listening to this week's episode. Real quick before you go, there is a Facebook page that I made called the Creatively Community, and I'd love for you to search that on Facebook and go ahead and like it, because I'm going to continue to post some content there, and we're going to make that into a group so we can keep building community, okay? So thanks so much again, and I'll see you next week.